We all have one goal: to make great sounding records. And in the chase to make great sounding records, we end up acquiring a whole bunch of skill sets. From the first time we enter a DAW to the time we tune our first vocal or set up our first session or edit our first drum take, we pick up a whole bunch of skill sets along the way. And some of these skill sets can actually translate into good audio side hustles when you're starting out and you need to earn a little bit of extra coin. My name is Lorenzo. I'm a mixing and mastering engineer based here in Melbourne, Australia, and today I'm going to take you through 3 audio side hustles, a few case studies as well of people I know doing those audio side hustles, which can pay between anywhere from $20 to $100 an hour. The first side hustle I want to talk to you guys about is vocal tuning and alignment. For those of you who have worked with vocalists, you might be a vocalist yourself and you've acquired a bunch of technology like Melodyne and Autotune and Autotune and all these tools that you've learnt and harnessed over time. You have a valuable skill set that many mixing engineers and some other producers actually look for. I myself have a person on my team just dedicated to tuning and aligning vocals on mixes before they come into me. His name's Jeremy and he's really good at what he does, and I was just really attracted to him and having him on my team because he works only with vocalists pretty much, and he makes vocalists sound insanely good, tight, and natural. Even if the performance is as good as it can sound, you can think is as good as it sound, there's always something Jeremy can do to tighten it up. I'm not doing this to boast about him, but I just want to explain to you he's somebody who built up those skill sets working on his own vocals and his own projects, and now does it for other people. Now, this audio side hustle can make you anywhere between $50 to $100 an hour, depending your proficiency, your credits, your skill sets, and how good you really are at it. The tools you're going to need are Melodyne, Autotune, vocal-based processing. Your skill sets are you're going to be able to recognize intonation and pitch really well. You have to have an incredible ear for it. You just can't rely on doing it in auto mode. You're going to have to do a lot of manual editing here. So you have to ask yourself, do I already work with vocalists? Do I have these skill sets, and can I showcase this to other people? And the people you're going to be showcasing this to get the work from are other vocalists, other producers working with vocalists, and sometimes even mixing engineers. Now, let's say your journey with the DAW started in the recording studio, recording drums, doing full multi-tracks, editing them down, getting really good with your shortcuts and your hotkeys, and being able to organize a session really well before you got started mixing. Well, this is a skill set many busy mixing engineers and busy producers seek out. They need people in their team that can help them prepare a session and get it ready for them quickly. There's a good colleague and friend of mine, Julian, over in Canada, and he actually does this for another engineer I work with in the States. I actually asked him for some advice for you guys on this video on how he got started doing it, what to look out for. This is what he said. He said it was in networking and being valuable to others. This is how his current editing and session prep position arrived. If he had any advice to give others, it would be to find engineers or producers who are stacked with work, who don't yet have a team, and look to build a relationship whereby you can help them expand what they're doing. And I think that's really astute and good advice. Let's summarize side hustle number 2. You're going to have to need the DAW other engineers and producers work with, Ableton, Logic, or ProTools. You're going to pretty much be covered. You're going to have to be really good at prepping sessions and working with recorded material. How to get the work is to network with other busier engineers who yet don't have a team, and the pay for this is about $30 to $50 an hour, depending who you're working for, how much work you're doing, and also your proficiency and how much and the scope of what you're doing. Now, this one is for all the guitarists out there. I'm going to ask you a question. Can you ever have enough amps? And if I've already asked this question, I think you guys know very much where I'm going along with this, but that is guitar reamping and guitar top lining. Not necessarily doing the guitar top lines is an engineering role, it's more a musical role, but if you've got access to the technology, if you've got all your amps set up, you've got mics all set up on the cabs, you're gonna be good to go. The reality is, a lot of people DI their guitars because they just don't have access to the recording spaces or the amps that they want to achieve the sound with, and they're stuck with emulations which sometimes they can't get to sound right. If you have a good collection of guitar amps and they're all set up, mic'd in a good space, offer guitar reamping, and can pay between $30 to $60 an hour for your work. Summarizing this third side hustle, the tools you're going to need are a good set of guitar amps, guitars, mics, and a good space. If you've got that, you're pretty much set up. The most critical thing is you have a good ear for guitar tone. I know myself, I'm not somebody to have a good ear for guitar tone. Mike Trebeskov, he's my guy when it comes to anything guitar, anything metal, anything rock. That's just the reality. Not everybody has that ear, has the access to that technology when they get a DI track in to really make it shine. So if you're somebody with those tools and those things around you, you can set up a little side hustle to make that happen. And your target market for this is actually really good. It's other guitarists who might not have a collection of amps, who might not have a setup to record them, and they might just be doing DI. Right in your community, right in your network, you can really help out other people and earn a little bit of a side hustle on the side as well. Those are my 3 audio-based side hustles if you're a producer, engineer, or artist just looking to use your skill sets, looking to use the technology around you to just help you along the way. Maybe just make a little bit of extra coin, create some new connections, provide some value for others, because this career in the music industry is multifaceted. We are in a time where we have to be able to diversify and move around with what we're doing. Anyway, guys, if you like this, feel free to share, like, and subscribe. And until next time, take care.